This video is to help you understand how the timer works on your mini split system. This is a Trane system, and I must say the most frustrating function I've ever seen on a remote. It's taken me half an hour just to figure out how it works. So what might be happening is your system keeps turning on and off at times that you don't want it to turn on and off, and it's confusing to know whether there is a timer on or not. But if you think there is, the way to confirm it is you will see on the remote there's the temperature 83, and there is the time, in this case 13:23, and next to it it says on and off. That means that there's a timer that decides what time it will come on and what time the system will go off. I'm first going to show you how to remove that if you want no timer on your system. Make sure you're pointing the remote towards your vent, the unit that's blowing into your room, so that it actually registers the changes you're making. So to firstly turn off the timer for when it comes on, if you don't want a timer for when it must come on, you press the timer button and you will see when you press it, it blinks. You might have to press it twice. Now do you see it only says off, not on and off? That means that the timer that turns the system on has been removed. Now to remove the timer that turns the system off, you press time off twice. Now you see that the off button or the off screen there is blinking. It was blinking. And now there is no timer set up. You can see next to the time there, it doesn't say on and off. So you have removed the time that it comes on and the time that it goes off. So your system will just run all the time depending on the settings that you have normally. So let me show you again. To turn a timer on for when the system must start, you press the timer on button. Then with your up and down arrows, you can adjust the time you want it to come on. I'm just going to say I want it to come on at 3:30. And then you press the timer on button again. And you'll see next to the time now, it says on. This is the time that your system will come on. What time do you want your system to go off? Press the timer off button. You might have to press it once or twice while it blinks. It took too long, so now I'm going to press it again. I just pressed it once. Now I set the time. I want the timer to go off. Let's say I want it to go off at 3:40. And I press the timer off button again. And now you'll see there it shows the time, the current time with an on and an off, which means your system now has a time that the system will come on and a time that the system will come off. Again, to remove that, I press the timer on button until it blinks. There it blinks with the on time, and I just leave it. I don't press anything further, and you see the on has been removed next to the current time. Same to get the off, to turn off the timer, so there's no off, the time that the system goes off. I press the timer button, the timer off button until it blinks, and I don't press it again until it goes back to the normal time or the current time, and there's no on and off. I know it's confusing, I know it's difficult, but that's how it works. I've tested it. Something else to know, that if you play around with setting an on and an off timer, it does not turn on. Let's say you've set it for 1:45, it won't turn on immediately at 1:45. It might only turn on after a few seconds. The same with the off. it won't turn off immediately on the time. It will take 30 to 40 seconds on that once it's turned that time. Anyways, I hope that helps you. It took me a while to figure this out, and I'm actually recording it for myself for next time this happens, because the previous time I had to call a technician out to come and do this. I hope it helps.